What's up, YouTube family? I'm back at you like I'm mad at you, back at you like I ain't talking to you no more, but we got something to talk about real quick, family. Shout out to the audience, man. I just want to share this video real quick. Now, this is very significant, and I know in the last previous video, I just posted a video right now, a couple of minutes ago. It finally uploaded. It took me some time. I made a video last night and tried to post it last night, but I had some tough times. Getting it to load. It wouldn't load. I woke up, it was still loading. So anyway, on that video, I pretty much said that we finna get to these next couple videos. We got to get to something to really, I want to make this contribution to your faith and understanding, and all that getting understanding that leads to your manifestations, right? Your desired reality, your prayers, and that wisdom of the Most High that will set you free. So now check this out real quick, family. We got to do this. Now I know my point is I said I was going to do that video, but I have to throw this in there real quick because I want y'all to have clarity on what I'm going to tell y'all. Some things I say, it's a reason for it, but I figured I got to go ahead and put that reason out there. Some things you got to know ahead of time, right? And now I'm gonna make this quick, but you got to get this so you can get an idea. Because I want y'all to know I'm not just, sometimes people say things. We've been hearing stuff so long. As Jesus said, they disgrace my name because of people who put too much, cake and icing on things, and then people they don't hear the truth when they don't know the truth when they hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because they so used to the fluff down stuff that they miss the real stuff. So I gotta throw this out there. Then the next videos after this is gonna get a little more. I know what y'all want. I want that know y'all inner power. You want to know your abilities and how to utilize them so that you can get to the greater things in life. And we're gonna get to that. But this real quick is like this, family. So check this out. In a nutshell, family, I want you to understand that it's all paid litigation, family, that's going on in the world. What am I saying? What are we talking about? We talk about the truth and the lies and the deception and all that. I just got to throw this in there as far as, some of this stuff I kind of was avoiding. I wanted to just lead you to your, your desired reality. I wanted to just lead you to, the things that I know more exciting for you, right? But I have to solidify your foundation so that your faith is much stronger and solid, right? So when I say pay litigation, okay, first, shout out to Out the Pit, Dark Matter Myth and all that. I was chopping it up with bro, Genuine Soul. I was chopping up with him. We was talking about how we both came from the Israelite teaching, me personally, Christianity, I was used to that, I wasn't, kind of like devoted and devout. I was in the streets, family, so that's another reason why it's taking me a process to learn how to speak to the camera, but I was familiar with that. I was familiar with, praying to God and Jesus and all that, right? But I want y'all to understand when I say I'm not against religions and all that, it's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason when I say I'm not against them and all that because, as Jesus said, he didn't come to abolish it, but to fulfill it. In the same is so with me, that I just realized that, a lot of things sometimes, like, bro, out the pit, was saying you hit the wall, you only go so far, then you can see that it was only leading you to a wall in a sense, right? So I want to speak on what has happened when we talk about, when I speak on other religions and stuff, but I want to say that I'm not saying nothing is, reason why I say nothing is wrong with them, but at the same time, they like half empty cups, family, in my observation, right? And that observation that is that led by the Most High. And so the thing about it is, organically, family, many organizations, including street gangs, right? I don't got nothing. I used to be in the streets and doing all that there. The reason why it ain't no more for me long while now, because, that hit a wall a long time ago. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of them brothers out there, they getting all this credit for being real niggas, and nigga kind of is a connotation to promise breaker. That's another story though. You know what I'm saying? But these guys is not really about the people a lot of times no more and all that. You know what I'm saying? They just really about themselves and getting over on people and taking advantage. And I ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't thorough no more, right? But many of these organizations, family, whether I'm talking about religions, you know what I'm saying, and all these different organizations, they were rather initially more genuine, right? They initially had, like, you know, all of these, when I be talking about religious folk and all, they initially had genuine intent, right? They were established initially with genuine intent. But I'm here to tell y'all, family, that the ship has been hijacked, family. Why? And what? The ship has been hijacked by the beast. The beast is hijacking everything. When I say paid litigation, because what it means is the devil has no new tricks, family. Y'all heard that before? That means he just tries to buy people out all the time. Same thing you see with the artists and all that. He just try to buy them out. Remember Jesus on the mountain of Sinai? He came, hey, hold on, I can give you the world. And that's the same old trick that they still do to this day, right? Try to buy people out, you know what I'm saying? He pays to, you know what I'm saying, to try to steal their soul, to try to take their, you know what I'm saying, their genuine intention away from them by, you know what I'm saying, deterring them with money or something like that, or fame and so forth. And that's what happened, family, with a lot of the things going on in the streets. I mean, any organizations from religions and all this stuff, a lot of stuff has been redirected. The ship has been hijacked. So I'm gonna run through something to you real quick, and then and I'm gonna let you go. So now, look, when you see this right here, family, we're gonna get too far into this. When you see this right here, right, this like the pyramids in Egypt and all that. This is a kind of depicts levels, right? See these bricks, these supposed to be bricks. Don't mind my drawing, fam. I'm just trying to do this quick. This depicts levels. Let's just say this is the sun, family. Right? This depicts levels to light, right? Right? On this level, you got a little light. You gotta pass, and this is just what in the world. I'm talking about the world, fam. I'm trying to tell y'all what happened so y'all understand when we talk about the truth, and so I can reinforce your foundation, fam. So I can reinforce you foundationally so you can know what I be talking about and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I'm trying to allow us to grow before we start really getting into certain things. You know what I'm saying? But this depicts levels to light. It's levels to in the world, family. And so the closest, the bottom level has the least light, right? They have the least many times, and the highest has the most light. Why? Because it's connected to the sun. If you know anything about the pyramids and all that, they were built, right? Pivoted directly on the sun, where the top of the pyramid was the closest to the sun. This is why on this level, right, they had in the world the most light, right? So down here, you can't get to this one until you pass this level in the world, right? And then right here they got a little more light, right? And then you can't get to this third level until you pass the second level, right? And then you can't get to the fourth level, right, till you pass the third level, and so forth. And the higher up you go, right, it was the closest to the light, right? It is the closest to the light. I'm just want to throw that out to so y'all can see what is going, get the idea where I'm going with this, right? In the world, you know what I'm saying? The truth, the light, and all that, pardon me, family, has been hidden, right? And then you got to go in the world, you got to jump over hurdles and, you know, sell your soul, a bunch of other stuff, different ways, different, you know what I'm saying? People do different stuff, you know what I'm saying? To learn and know things and all that. And it's levels to it. And the higher you are, the closer you are to the most obtained light, right? So now, just throwing that out there for a reason, family. You know what I'm saying? So now, get that off of there right quick. Check this out, family. So I got something I want to share with y'all because I want y'all to understand something. The Lord, the truth, aka the truth, the way and the life, the way that leads the truth to life, right? Yeshua, right, came so that you may have life and that life more abundantly and gave it to you freely. He wants you to have it freely. It's grace, family, right? Why? Because you are the seeds of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? When I say I don't have nothing against none of those religions and all that, it's just, I mean, I understand. I understand that they just been infiltrated, right? Most High created the lights, right? Created the lights in the darkness, right? That's who we are. The irons, you know what I'm saying? He spoke light, right? In the beginning, book of Genesis, he spoke light. And then behind that speaking light to in the dark, right? He created the stars and all that, which are lights in the dark, okay? So I don't have nothing against none of that. You know what I'm saying? But many are not necessarily about spreading light and really evolving men, right? Mankind and so forth. Many are not really about loving their brothers and respecting their peers and, building up the community. It's not that no more. You know what I'm saying? People ain't, that's why you go straight. So I don't know if you saw, I just took that thing down. But the Most High had came so that we can get past all of that and go directly to the light. See, it was designed for you to go straight to the Father, straight to the author, right? Straight to the Most High, sovereign power and authority of the universe. And we don't got to go through, see that the world got levels, right? And and you got to be like them and do what they want you to do to know the truth. The Most High said, I came that you may have the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, I want y'all to get this real quick. Real quick, bear with me, and then I'm going to sum it up, right? Stay with me now. The parable of the sower, family. When I say pay litigation, when I'm talking about all these things, right? The parable of the sower, right? The same day went out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into the ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. Remember, I told y'all the ship been hijacked, family. And he spoke many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside. See, this is the reason why I'm sharing this, because I know some things I don't want you to fall by the wayside. Some seeds fell by the wayside. The fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth. Remember, I told y'all we got into things, me and, what I'm saying, bro was chopping it up, thinking about like how we hit a wall with certain, religious organizations that, we were previously, subscribed to, right? Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up because they had no deepness of earth. No deepness of earth, fam. That's why I tell you, we're gonna go deep on this channel, right? And when the sun was up, they were scorched. And because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and some and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. He who has an ear, let them hear. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over real quick, and I'm just going to speak real quick. Okay. And the disciples came and said it to him, Why speakest thou to them in parables? He answered and said to them, Because it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. For whosoever have, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever, remember y'all heard that? But whosoever have shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whoever have not, from him shall be taken away even that he have. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because for they see not, hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophet of Isaiah, which said, By hearing they shall hear and not understand, but seeing they shall see and not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have closed, right? Lest any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and shall be converted, I should heal them. This is why I'm here, family. This is what this video is about. I want you to begin to see, for those of you who may not get this stuff. Because he said, if you do begin to hear, you do begin to see and understand, then I shall heal their land, right? I shall heal them. But blessed are your eyes, audience, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Verily I say to you, the many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see and have not seen them, right? And to hear those things which you hear and have not heard them, family. So let me just make this clear real quick, and we're going to sum this up. Family, what are the disciples? What are the disciples that he gave these people? Remember, he said it wasn't for certain people right here. I just read it to you, right? He said, when they asked him, why are you speaking parables? He said, it's for you. It's not for them. What is he talking about, family? He's talking about, see, the thing about the disciples, family, listen to me clearly, family. Many of y'all, I heard, out the pit, I heard you say, you like to ask questions. You question everything. That's a beautiful thing, family, because the disciples, you see what I'm saying? The reason why he said it was for them and not them, because it's for those who seek. Seek and you shall find. They sat at his feet. The disciples sat at his feet. This was what was happening in these parables. He was breaking down things to the disciples. They were asking questions. You see what I'm saying? Many people don't study. This is how I'm telling y'all what happened. And they get diverted and converted into something else that works for the beast system, right? They don't study this stuff for themselves. The disciples, out of all of Jesus following, right? Yeshua's following, the disciples were at his feet asking questions, right? Remember, I told you study is an offset word of the word steady. With that, what you give your steady attention to. They were constantly running up behind Jesus trying to figure this thing out like you and I. This is why when I tell y'all, I know you on point because you watch videos like this. When I tell you, I say things for a reason. When I be like, man, I know you because you watch videos like this. You're sitting at the feet of the light. Not my channel. I'm talking about the Most High. When you watch videos like this, right? The disciples, this is why I say, when I say against Christians is, they are, we'll come back to that. But the true disciples are those who sit at his feet. They seek and you shall find. They were asking him questions. And that's what he means by this is given to you. It's not given to anybody. It ain't forced to just go out there and, lavish certain things. Bible said don't cast your pearls to pigs and lavish certain things on anybody, right? He said for they'll trample them underfoot and spit them back at you. It's for those like you and I, pardon me, family, who are seeking, right? When you're seeking, it's for you. Scriptures, as it is written, seek and you shall find. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference between them. When he said these mysteries, they said, why are you speaking parables all the time? He said, I do it like that mysteriously because it's only for you. Those of you who seek. See what I'm saying? And so, it ain't for everybody because people, to take information, knowledge truth is a double-edged sword, the Bible say. And some people use it for evil. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, you're seeking for a reason, family. And I want to just throw that out there. So anyway, so now people try to tell you, the reason why I said it, because people try to tell you, you ain't supposed to question God and you ain't supposed to do this and do that. That's religious folk. Let them have that. If in their custom, that's what it is, then let that be that for them. It is to them as they believe it, family. You know what I'm saying? But God desires for you to have knowledge, wisdom, and all that get understanding. So you on course. All right. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to read, then we're going to go, right? So here it is. It says, where it is. It says, this is the part I want you to know. Okay. So Matthew chapter 13, now we're on verse 18. It says, hear ye, therefore, the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away which was sown in his heart. This is he which received the seed by the wayside, but he that received the seed in stony places, the same is he that heareth the word and anon with joy receiveth it. Hold on. There's another scripture I'm trying to read. Okay, here it is. Pardon me, family. Pardon me. 13:24. Okay. Another parable put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed a good seed in his field. While men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. You see what I'm saying? As another translation say, the good sower came and sowed, and when he walked away, the evildoer came and sowed. In layman's terms, right? And and so he said, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. Okay. So now let's wrap this up, fam. What I'm saying to you essentially is this. Family. In this world, family, there is what like a antichrist spirit, right? That don't want you to have the truth, don't want you to have light. And when it saw that light was planted, it went after it, right? The evildoer came after the good sower walked away. The evildoer came and sowed, and it sowed tares among the wheat. This is what we dealing with when we talk about those different religions and organizations and all that that we came from, that we all experienced at some point in our lives. There was something else planted that took away the genuine intention. You see what I'm saying? It took away the genuine intention. We talk about paid litigation, family. Y'all haven't saw the big corporations buying out all the small corporations. Do you know that there's big corporations that's buying out all the real estate, right? They buying. Have many of y'all know anything about Quick Trip gas stations, or they buying out all the smaller gas stations, right? It's paid litigation, family. Politicians, they go out big from the top, right? And they buy out smaller politicians. You see what I'm saying? They go out and back. That's the reason why y'all be saying, I don't know if I want to vote and all this, because, saying they pretty much gonna all steal many times, not all of them, but most of them they're gonna pursue the cause of something higher than them, bigger than them, that bought them out. Somebody whose command that they are under. You see what I'm saying? And so, you can, see this all over the world in so many ways, family. It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? From the, gas stations, you don't realize that maybe, this gas station, that gas station, like it might have one Shell, one Mobil, and one BP, and you might not know the same owner might own all three of them. See, they buy them all out. They buy all these people out. Same thing in the record company, in the music industry, or the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? They're buying them out. Remember the music started out talking about power power to the people, and there was more edifying lyrics in the music, but they bought out now, right? You see now what the young artists are promoting, right? Because they able to buy Maybachs and have money in their bank accounts, right? Paid litigation. This is what I'm saying. This is what Jesus did. Happened with Jesus on the mountain of Sinai, right? Remember that, right? We talked about that. So when he came, Satan came and was like, hey, I'll just give you the world, and you know what I'm saying? You can have the world and work for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means is the devil has the same old tricks. You know what I'm saying? Try to buy you out. So essentially, this is what I mean by the ship been hijacked, family. See what I'm saying? So if you wonder, well, hold on, it seems like it is some truth to this, and that's why y'all looking at, a lot of us, many times we have a tough time letting go some of the things that we used to subscribe to, because we do see some good in it. That's the reason why you see some good in a lot of stuff, family. You know what I'm saying? Because this ship been hijacked, okay? The good sower sowed, and when he walked away, the evildoer came and sowed, okay? So there's a scripture in the Bible to Jesus talking about, weaning the babes off the mother's breast and pushing them forward onto the meat. Many of us are still on the milk, family. We're still on the milk because why? Because the evildoer came and sowed behind the good soil, and we got capped, right? We got a ceiling put over it was like, go no further. Stop there and go no further. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened in the world, family. Everything got bought out. Everything like with gangs, you know what I'm saying? What we call gangs now, but that was initially supposed to be organizations, family, with genuine intention. You know what I'm saying? All these things, from religions to politicians, all these things, they got saturated. You see what I'm saying? But by what the evildoer came and sold. You see what I'm saying? And when that happened, it started redirecting all these different organizations to do the work of the beast. And so that's why we have so much black on black crime. You know, we love the real niggas saying that. That has to do with promise breaking, family. That's why I try not to use that word no more. You know, you just think negate, right? Renege and all that. We'll come back to that. You know what I'm saying? It had to do with promise breaker. You know what I'm saying? There's another reason why you have the story of Judas and all that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Anywho, what I'm trying to share with y'all is, you know what I'm saying, when we talk about the truth, and as you know, because many of us, we come from something, so we're gonna always look at what we was used to and what we learned growing up and what we thought was true and all that. We kind of still hold on to certain things, and you should to that what is good. Remember, I told you we experiment, fam. We the ions, we experiment. Experience is our experiment. The Bible say, test everything and keep hold of that what is good. That's scriptural. You know what I'm saying? So we're given to do that, family. So keep hold of that what is good out of those things is what I'm saying. All the, you know, from Christianity to Hebrew Israelite to Islam or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Keep hold of that what is good. Even if it was in the organizations back in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Even if it was you know, wherever you found good, you know what I'm saying? In your secular space, you know, wherever, you know what I'm saying? You found that what is good, keep hold of that. That's scriptural. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just here to share with y'all that there has been some infiltration in that what used to be organic and original. And now all these things are because of the world that we live in, right? There are worlds, family, with an S, but but the world that we currently reside, family, is Bible say be in the world, not of the world, for a reason, because the world that we reside in the flesh has been, you know, it's been orchestrated for something else. The Most High desires you to skip all of that and go straight to the source. You hear what I'm saying? Go straight to the source. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the truth is, family. That's what this truth is all about. It's a big part of where I be coming from and things I'm saying. And I thought it was very necessary for you to know that much. I know many of you already know this stuff. But I got to put it out there for those who might not know. For those who, you know, they still looking for a reason to understand or want to hear me out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to miss it. Christ said, I suffer none to perish. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to miss it because I hadn't elaborated and expounded on certain things that will lead to your strengthening your faith, that will lead to reinforcing your faith. You know what I mean? But what we talk about on here, being in the knowing, the Most High's in the knowing, keyword to knowledge, right? My people perish for the lack of knowledge is know. You know what I'm saying? Bible say, be still and know that I am. So I have to share things like this. I don't want you to, you know what I'm saying, think we're going to go down on a negative path, because what Christ wants you to understand is he wants you to choose life. You have to choose it. Because but we don't know how, where to choose it, or you know, we don't know to choose it when we don't understand the difference of things. When we say that, when we say life is a bee and all that stuff, because you don't know the difference between the world and life, things like that. You know what I'm saying? When you don't know the difference between the earth and the world and life, those three different things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, life. He said, I came that you may have life and that life more abundantly. He wants us to skip past the world's processes, programs, and systems and go straight to the source. You hear what I'm saying? And so I encourage all y'all, man, we're going to get to those videos that I spoke about in the last video. But I encourage all of y'all, man, to really cherish and value a personal relationship with the Most High. That's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? Because so believe it or not, I literally somehow, my relationship is just one-on-one. I don't go to church every Sunday. I don't have no organizations or nothing like that I'm a part of or attend, family. You know what I'm saying? Not that, because I'm just one part of the, you know, the body got many parts, you know what I mean? I might just be the pinky finger. I don't know. I'm just telling you, you know what I'm saying? I'm the least of these, and I'm still understand and treasure that one-on-one relationship. I'm sure what that one-on-one relationship directly to the source can do for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it had come to me, it had knocked at my door and had chosen to sup with me, family. You know what I'm saying? That right there is, you just don't know. That's so amazing. It was life changing for me to start having that one-on-one experience. And even it Bible say, "Come as you are." You know, even when I was still smoking weed and you know, certain things that I do, like still sometimes, like drink sometimes or whatever. Um, it didn't give up on me, family. Didn't give up on me. You know what I'm saying? Even as an occasional drinker, you know what I'm saying? It didn't give up on me. It didn't give up on me in just listening to rap music. And I'm just saying, like, things that I'm not necessarily saying is necessarily bad, but things that wasn't, you religious folk would tell you that you was in sin, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. This light had come. Jesus said, "I came." I had came. He said, the Father, he said, "I had came so that you may know the one and true God who has sent me first." That's something that I always would treasure and cherish, family. And I just encourage you to, you know what I'm saying, to know that a one-on-one relationship, because the reason why I'm saying that is because the reason why the temple, the old temple was collapsed, right? The one that was built on sand, we talked about that, is because many that haven't had that one-on-one relationship with truth. So why the scriptures say, the scriptures say, Lord, many gonna say, "Lord, Lord, but I have cast out demons in your name." And he's gonna say, "Depart from me, I never knew you." Why is that? Who says Lord, Lord, but somebody who subscribes to like Christianity or something like that? Who's casting out demons in the Lord's name? See what I'm saying? And he's gonna say, "Get apart from me." Why? Because what I'm telling y'all overall in this video is people have their religious thing going, but they have no one-on-one relationship with truth. They don't realize that they are just simply a part of, they just like employees in a business or something. You know what I'm saying? That's why they taking their money and all that. You don't realize that, you know what I'm saying, like you just, it is at this point. Originally and initially it was not that. Or maybe it was not designed for that. But now it's washed up in something else, family. Everything has been the ship has been hijacked. You see what I'm saying? And so the Most High came now, this very now. That's why I tell y'all, it's not about past and the future. It's about right now. Scripture says, Ephesians 3:20, now God, literally says now, read it. Now God can do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can even think or ask, according to the power that is at work within us. Right now, you know what I'm saying? You have the option to see through these clouds, right? To see the forest before the trees, to see through the fluoride and all that. You know what I'm saying? You have the ability because light had came to lead the way. See what I'm saying? So we see through all this going on in the world by way of the ions. And I said the ions, by way of the Most High, pardon me, y'all, But we see by way of the truth, family. And so that's why I stand behind the Lord. When you talk about all these things people talk about, and even y'all know it's a scripture that say nobody can really. I don't know exactly what scripture, but it says something to the extent of if a man has any real true wisdom, he can't deny Jesus. They really saying he can't deny the Lord because when you know what's going on, you can't deny the truth. See what I'm saying? He who is that truth. And truth, again, I believe it comes with a male or he connotation because it's a little tougher cookie to swallow, family, when you really know what's going on. It's a scripture in the book of Proverbs that say, much wisdom you can produce grief. You can become grieved when you really know what's going on. And so that's why a lot of times I don't always get into certain stuff because I'm trying to lead you to your manifestation, your desired reality. But I realize I have to kind of go into certain things so that you can understand where I'm coming from. So you can know I'm not just this ain't just one of them situations where I'm just trying to, hey, you're going to win so you can click a like button. You know what I'm saying? Although if you choose to, that will help the algorithm. You know how that goes. But so you feel me, family? Like you gotta that would be a good idea, so it can spread to more people that's seeking. Because there's some people that sitting in front of their TVs, like the disciples, seeking the Lord, and they clicking, trying to find something that will spark something within them, will reignite that flame that the Most High had invested within them. So it is good to like and subscribe. But either way, family, I hope you got that. You know what I'm saying? That yeah, so all of those organizations, all of those religious systems, the political systems, and the cultural systems, and all that, many started out with some genuine intent, and then the ship was hijacked. I read the scripture to you. The good sower sowed. When he walked away, the evildoer came and sowed. And now the wheat and the tare have to go up together. And so, but it is for you to know the truth, because you sit at the Lord's feet and you seek. And the scripture says, seek and you shall find, which has a lot to do with some of the next videos coming up. Because we really finna go there now, because I really feel like it's time to, you know what I'm saying, we at a certain quarter to get, you know what I'm saying, I understand and things that's going to strengthen our faith and help so you can manifest the life that you want. But at the same time, I got a video talking about, evolving our manifestation, because now God can do more than we can even think or fathom. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand that this goes way deeper than what me personally, I'm speaking for myself, that what I can even consciously come up with at the moment. But what's possible for us, man? It's like, I'm telling you, I can only imagine it relates to some movies that we've watched before. Stuff like, you know what I'm saying, like what's possible, what life has to offer. That blossoming phenomenon, family. So when they created a system, you know what I'm saying, the thing about that system is that system stops life. You say, no, here, no further. You work till you know what I'm saying, about this age, and you can retire till you get full of gray, and it stops life, and it keeps people in just a cycle, instead of life doing this, right? Like the trees grow out the ground, that's life. Like the plants grow out, and then the roses grow out of that, and then you got purple leaves and red leaves, and fruit grow out of that. That's life doing it. But they stopped it up. You see the wintertime come, and then they put the trees at dormant. I don't know if winter normal or not. That's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? We come back to another video, but the trees go dormant in the winter, except certain trees, right? The pine trees and all that. So ain't that significant, that the pine trees don't go dormant in the winter. The pine trees is the Christmas tree during Christmas. If y'all notice, that's a pine tree, right? And those are the only trees that don't go dormant in the wintertime. But anywho, they ain't the only ones, but I think it's another tree that keeps its leaves during the winter, but they still be a little discolored. But anywho, I'm just trying to give y'all a little depth on where I be coming from, and so that you can understand. We be talking about the truth and all that, and I know you have a tough time what you think about what you was used to, and the religious things, and the traditional things that we were all used to. Sometimes it's hard to kind of like, I don't know, you might be working with the devil, man, and all that. But you know what I'm saying? If I give you an eighth every video, a piece every video, then you'll have better clarity, and I can elucidate your understanding, so that you can see that where we coming from. And when we say the truth shall set you free, if the truth is your shepherd, you shall not want. You know what I mean? And so we have to look at what happened, so we can know how we got here, and maybe family, you know what I'm saying. I wanted to put that out there too. You know what I'm saying, just for just for what they call it, what they call it. But anyway, it's for the wrong people get to watching this stuff, family. You know what I'm saying. We make it clear that this ain't no occult. You know what I'm saying. We don't really. This ain't no occult, nothing like that. It's a way of life that we just study things, and we seek different aspects of life, spiritually, you know what I'm saying, metaphysically, mentally, alchemy, all those things we study just so we can be better men and women, that Most High created, and that's just a way of life. It's not no occult or nothing like that. And I stamped that, just for the record. So, you know what I'm saying? I seen some guys get caught up in that, you know what I'm saying? But this ain't that, you know what I'm saying? So, family, I hope that helps. I want you to know it's two type of people in this world. Two type of people in this world. I'm going to leave you with this. And this is for Islam, Christianity, Hebrew Israelite, Catholic, whatever you is. You're a gangbanger, you a Mason, whatever you is. You know what I'm saying? There's two type of people in this world. There's one that turns to their books to confirm the Most High God. And there are those, like the Ions, who turn to the Most High God to confirm the book. To the next video, peace, positivity, optimism, power, and abundance, water.